Well, hello, this is Rochelle, and welcome to my channel. Today we're continuing on our coffee journey, our Great Coffee Chronicles, and what I did today is I printed this picture, which was in a 1:1 scale, on my Canon selfie printer. I zoomed in on the top and then zoomed in on the bottom, and that way got the full spectrum of the photo, and then just added it together with some double-sided tape. It's not very difficult. If I can do it, so can you. And so then what I'm going to be doing for the background is literally just doing my favorite technique. I had such a laugh this week because I went to go look for these makeup brushes. They're a contour foundation brush with a little oval head that I'm using to pick up the gelato, much the same as what they use the Tim Holtz brushes like these to pick up distress oxides and blend it on or through a stencil or onto the page or however. These are just a whole lot more cost effective, and so needless to say, I found some eventually at a small little makeup store, and the attendants when I said that I'm taking all of them, they kind of looked at my face and then looked at me and asked if I was a makeup artist. And I'm like, girl, you can see I'm not even wearing makeup. Like, I don't wear makeup on a daily basis. Mascara maybe, but that's pretty much it. And when I've had my lashes tinted, then I don't even wear that. So I had quite a giggle. I'm like, no, I'm not a makeup artist. I do, however, use these in art. And then they just couldn't believe me. They were just like flabbergasted. Asked me to show them, and I did. And they were like blown away. So that's so cool. Like I said, I love using gelatos. For me, it's my medium of choice. And so that's what I'm doing. Instead of the distress oxides, my personal preference, I find that the oxides bleed through my Bible pages. I haven't found them bleeding through on the 160 GSM white paper that I'm using in these notebooks, but I got gelatos in every color, so I don't have distress oxides in every color. So I mixed a few greens and blended it through the stencil with that makeup brush. I split my photo in half so that I can put it over both pages without it making the notebook difficult to page through or close. If you don't put that little split in the middle, when you open the notebook, it starts pulling away at pages, and your seam in the middle, your staples, whatever you're using to keep it together. So when you make that little split in the middle and paste them like they're almost kissing, it makes it easy to close the book and to open the booklet. And it doesn't make it as chunky because that fold adds chunk to your booklet. Okay, so stuck my photo down, outlined it with a Faber-Castell Pitt Artist pen, and then I'm grabbing this By the Well for God stamp set that came from the Waiting in Day 2 kit, and I'm stamping it out on white cardstock. I'm going to be fussy cutting these and adding them over and above and underneath kind of thing, the photo, just to add some dimension and a little bit of extra elements to the page. Quite like in the end how that turned out. I did stamp two, only ended up cutting out one of each, and then I split them in half and put them on the page. You'll see how I do that just now. Since this page has this little cacti or succulent plant right above the coffee cup, I wanted to bring that out, which is why I chose the stencil I chose and the stamps I chose, and then went through the Waiting in Day 2 kit by the Well for God, and brought in some elements from that or some die cuts from that to kind of frame the picture. Like I said, in the end, I really like how that turned out. The dimensions and colors and everything just worked beautifully. So here's where you see I arranged them or layer them a little bit and then decide to only use half, because I'm going to make it look like it comes out from the bottom of the page, or the bottom of the photo, with the colorful one then on the top, kind of just being on the top layer. Very much enjoyed that. I like the way it looked. If I had foresight, I would have probably not used such strong adhesive on the photo, so that I could actually tuck it in. But this way I get double the use out of these pictures or these stamped images. And yeah, I like doubling up or having extra, saving some, shall we say. So like I said, just adding them where they're gonna be. I see that I'm a little bit out of range here on the top, but it's pretty much the same as what I did at the bottom. And then just adding on the opposite corners just a little bit, so that, like I said again, it just adds something to a flat page, or to an otherwise flat page, if you stamp and fussy cut and paste down. Grabbing the Creative Retreat Deco Art stickers, I'm going to be using these hearts next to the cup of coffee. This is from I think it's the May kit, Ask, Seek, Knock. And these are the deco stickers that came with the Creative Retreat kit, devotional kit for that month. Also looking for a label. Obviously I did not leave myself a lot of room to journal on here, so I just wanted a label to match the colors. I found one in this blue color that had the same blue as the die cuts from By the Well for God, and then just inked up my date stamp with that Faber-Castell Pitt Artist pen, and stamped out my date. And then I'm going to be taking a Faber-Castell Pitt Artist pen in a C nib, which is the calligraphy nib. The reason why I'm doing that is because I don't have a fine tip in this color, and so if I put this C nib on its side, it works perfectly well as a fine tip. So just journaling a little bit about this specific day, having breakfast at the Daily Coffee, before I went to a scrapbook market in the area. Adding some Nuvo crystal drops. I didn't feel the need to put the Daily Coffee on this page as a title because it's quite bold on the cup, and then calling it a page. I want to thank you so much for joining me on this coffee journey as we chronicle all the places I've had coffee. Find something and journal it, document it, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.